Hello, my name is Carrie Bennett, and it's my pleasure to talk with you a little bit today about our Member Relations Committee. Did you know that GAHE welcomes about 75 new members every quarter? About 60% of those are like me, where we have been members of ACHE, but we have relocated to Georgia and are signing up for the chapter. Another 40% are student members and or early careerists who are just embarking on their healthcare journey. Now, when I relocated to Savannah, Georgia in about 2013, I was pleasantly surprised as I transferred my membership to GAHE to learn how much its leadership supported people volunteering and being a part of the organization, no matter how long they'd been a part of GAHE and no matter where they lived within the state of Georgia. In fact, they made it very easy for people, even like myself, that may be quite a bit of distance from Atlanta, to really pick up and participate. And so it's been easy for the meetings to be online, even before that became a thing with the pandemic. Meetings were online and people could pop in and participate actively virtually and be as active as they wanted to be depending on what was going on with their own schedule. Of course, in healthcare, one day that doesn't look like the next, and often, we might have to push forward, but also throttle back depending on what's going on within our organizations. And GAHE's committee structures really designed to help support that type of volunteerism, which is really nice. If I look at, I guess, why I picked member relations, it was a good fit for me because I really liked the way it allowed us to kind of welcome new first-time attendees or new members whenever they were participating in events. We could be ambassadors of sorts at those events, making sure that we're helping to make people feel welcome, but also helping to connect the dots to the organization based on what they may not know or benefits of being a part of GAHE as compared to the chapter that they're coming from. It may be connecting them to other people within their community. It could be within their position or other types of connections, maybe to specific educational events that they would benefit from, or helping them on their path to fellowship. The other thing that I really like about the Member Relations Committee is you have a great opportunity of connecting with people, reaching out and pulling them in. Some of that we do throughout the year through new member engagement. We actively survey new members. We reach out to them to make sure that they're getting the value out of their membership for that first year and beyond. We also are actively, surveying our membership through ACHE, but we take the results of that member survey and understand kind of what are some areas where we can improve the member experience in partnership with the board, which is interesting work. I think the other thing that we're really involved in is member retention in another way, in that we look at those people who don't choose to renew their membership and how do we understand from that what resources or support they may need that prevented them from being able to renew. Maybe it's that they're between jobs. Maybe it's that they didn't understand some of the benefits or value that they missed out on in that year, the past. And so we can help connect the dots for them and better understand that going forward. I think, if I'm honest, the reason why I first volunteered for my previous chapter and then continued to volunteer for GAHE was because, I needed a way of connecting with some peers, but also, I really wanted the volunteer experience to build out my FACHE application, which was a really long time ago. But it was a good way of being able to have some solid volunteer experience and meet other people who could potentially help support me with the recommendations that I needed for my fellowship application. And beyond that, I've obviously, it's been years since I've done that. And when you reapply, I definitely have enough volunteerism at this point in my career that I don't necessarily need to be a part of GAHE, but what I love about being a part of the Member Relations Committee is the fact that I'm connecting with so many different people across the state. And by having those touch points and being a part of a committee on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, however I can, participate depending on what's going on, I get to, essentially have different friends across the state that I get to know when I go to meetings, when I can go to in-person meetings once those resume. I know faces, I know names, and I feel a lot more connected to the healthcare leadership community. I also have people I can turn to. I'm meeting enough people and connecting the dots that even for myself, I can turn around and reach out and say, how are you handling this challenge? Are you seeing this trend within your organization like we're seeing it within mine? And I have a peer group that I feel comfortable that I can turn to, and I like that I'm able to be a resource to them as well, that they feel like they can turn to me. And so I think those are some of the benefits of being a part of the member relations team and being able to connect with others and have reasons for making this particular organization more meaningful and more supportive and the resource that we intend it to be. And so I would invite you. I hope it's member relations committee. If that sounds interesting to you, then I certainly hope you'll reach out and be a part of our organization. But I would encourage you, no matter what committee, I would encourage you to find ways to get involved. I think you get out or you get in what you put out, maybe. And so being able to or you get out of it what you put in. I guess that's the real way that saying goes. But I wish that everyone had an opportunity to kind of check out and find a committee that speaks to them and allows them to have the meaningful connections that I've been able to make through member relations.